guys remember when people said, let me play this little ditty when they would like play a song? Shit doesn't really hit the same anymore. And before I talk about the astrology, welcome back to Mars Day with Mark. It's going to be a beautiful week. I just want to say, man, how fucked up is it that Diddy got acquitted for like half the charges that were placed against him? And how fucked up is it that a literal felon, a 34-time indicted felon, is raising hell in our country? I'm going to focus on astrology, guys, but I just wanted to say there is a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of injustice going on in this world. And you can look at this and just be like, fuck, I don't even want to live in this world anymore. Because it's ass backwards, fam. Hate is so unreasoning. So I need you to understand that and take that from this video, guys. When you try to reason with evil, when you try to reason with hatred, you are going to feel insane because it's not reasonable. Okay? So judging is difficult. And sometimes you just have to understand when you see hatred and be like, that's what that is. Or see injustice or evil and be like, that's what that is. So you don't feel crazy. There's a lot of craziness in this world, a lot of madness, all right? So what we're going to do is everything in our power to live a great life for our family. I'm going to walk you through the highlights, the major events of this week, astrologically speaking, and I'm going to speak love and life into you and me today. Blessed be. Allow me to properly introduce myself, my friend. It's Mr. Meyer with the Fire, here to take the collective vibe higher. And I'm really excited for this week, guys. Sometimes you just need like 10 hours of sleep and like a gallon of water and to hit your macro and micronutrients, aka take care of yourself, eat something really good today and be slow. Like take your time, be in the present moment. Before I really get into the highlights, 109th episode where we're going over July 8th to July 15th. We're in summertime. It's very exciting. Me over here, guys, I'm trying to re-regulate my nervous system. I'm trying to break out of paradigms and belief systems that I imposed upon myself unconsciously at the beginning of my life. And when I say try, I'd say I'm doing it, gang. So change is always going to be incremental. It's always going to be systematic. And sometimes, while you're planting these seeds, you really have to be patient and wait for the tree to grow. And you got to treat yourself like an unborn child sometimes, fam, and just give yourself some patience and just love and allow your opportunity to grow in due time, okay? So let's talk about the chart. And I'm super excited. And I love you, by the way. The reason I'm super excited, guys, is because synchronicity. This is the universe looking at me and I'm looking at the universe and we like locked eyes. My local ascendant is at 6 degrees of Leo. And that is significant because my sun is at 6 degrees of Leo. So I feel like, bro, what if I started every episode like this? Sometimes I say this is not about me, but the whole fucking show is called Mars Day with Mark. Anyway, today, when we start off this week, my friends, the sun is at 16 degrees of Cancer. We've got our moon at 19 Sagittarius waxing. Mercury is at 12 Leo. You got Venus at 4 Gemini. Mars is at 12 Virgo. I'm going to break all this down in just a sec, guys. Jupiter is at 6 Cancer. Saturn is at 1 degree of Aries. You have Uranus at 0 degrees of Gemini. Oh my. Guys, get ready for the shift. We've got Neptune retrograde at 2 degrees of Aries. Pluto retrograde at 2 degrees of Aquarius. We have the North Node in Pisces at 21 degrees, which of course is going to put our South Node at 21 Virgo. Okay, 1 week from now, my friends, we have the Sun at, that's like a month ahead. The Sun is at 23 Cancer. So guys, we have this week and then next week. We've got 2 more weeks of Cancer season, so let's make the most of it. All right. About a week from now, our moon will be in Pisces. So this week, we have a full moon in the sign of Capricorn. That's our big news this week. All right. And Mercury retro starting and, some interesting angles we'll get to in a sec. We're going to have Mercury go up to 15 Leo. And I'm going to foreshadow just a sec if you guys are seeing it. We're actually in the pre-retrograde shadow. So next week, the Mercury retrograde will officially start. This week, we may start feeling some themes of it, okay? Venus is in Gemini still. She'll move up to 12 degrees. Mars will move up to 16 Virgo. Jupiter moves to 8. Saturn is going to move back to about 1. Uranus is just going to creep along in Gemini, still at 0. Neptune still at 2. Pluto still at 2. And the North Node still at 21. So let's back it up, guys. Let me give you guys the major highlights of this week and some themes. So the sun, number 1. Without the sun, you and I would die. Ugh. And that's not good. I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm going to be morbid. But don't you ever just like wish it upon yourself? You're like, fuck, dude. Life is a gift, but sometimes while life has beauty and joy and infinite options and infinite possibilities, it does feel like sorrow sometimes. And it does feel like pain. And sometimes it feels like a chore. And sometimes you're like, why bother? I'm not trying to bum anybody out, but I'm just trying to say, life is beautiful and you got to take care of yourself, man. It's easy to get wrapped up in the bullshit. Okay. So astrology, what I love the most about it, guys, really is a language. Cancer energy is care. The sun beyond life, it's about ourself. It's about our energy. So this is self-care month. And I'm going to move the lapis in front of us just so I can talk even better, guys. I should have locked in earlier. Self-care month, guys. I've been putting together like a whole definitive self-care guide. And let me know in the comments down below if you guys are interested in it. I was thinking like a 12-week self-care challenge based on the zodiac. So we would go over like everything that self-care requires, like eating well and sleeping well and breathing well and getting your vitamins and self-talk, self-image, beliefs, friends, boundaries, healing, trauma, psychology, all that, family. It would be definitive. Self-care month. Also, it's the 30-day Reiki challenge. If you guys haven't heard yet, let me tell you the good news. I challenge you to spend 30 minutes a day meditating for 30 days straight. See how your life will change. And Reiki means energy. If you're unfamiliar with it, I just need you to put your palms on your chakras and sit there. And as we talk about family, I figured I would take this chance to show you my daughter. Say hi to Isis and make sure you tell her in the comments down below. This is AI generated, so if you're my landlord, I did not just rescue this cat out the bush. Cancer season is about where your heart is. Okay, home is where the heart is. So during this month, we are going to be more oriented towards our feelings, our emotions. Cancer is the source of inner security. Cancer is ruled by the moon. So during this month, we all want to check out the moon and watch the transit of the moon, work on trusting the process and really aligning with the tides. Okay, connection really is direction. And we all are blessed with inner guidance. So this is a conversation for the sun and for Jupiter in Cancer, that your soul speaks to you sometimes in whispers, and you have to be a little quiet to be able to hear it, okay? It's easy to be distracted or like drowning in the noise and not really know what's going on. I'm going to back up, guys, to kind of show you something interesting. When we started Cancer season this year, guys, the sun was square to Saturn and square to Neptune. So Cancer season, as beautiful and gentle and sweet and soft as it is, it kind of started this year with a very serious undertone and a very exaggerated sensitivity, okay? So I am telling you, my friends, it's worth taking the time to slow down, to connect with you, and to really shut down the ego or silence the ego for a sec so you can hear the soul speak. I'm trying to tell you guys, the ego is going to say, you should this and you have to this, and it's like a dominating boss. But the soul is like, wouldn't it be cool if? Wouldn't it be so fun if you did this? The soul isn't here to put extra pressures on you. The soul just wants you to be more alive and grow. It's easy to question, why am I alive? What's the point of my life? And really, I wish someone had told me this like decades ago, but the real point of life is just to live. That's the one job that we have. Everything else is extracurricular. Before you start your day and get into this routine of, I need to do this, and I need to do this, I need to do this, I really encourage you to think for a moment, what would I like to do? And what would bring me the most joy? What would make me feel alive today? All right. And I want to shout out Rob the Bank on Instagram. Super cool guy. And a lot of you may already know him, but this guy's a freaking genius. And I can't take credit for this idea, but he was talking about house music. And I like house music. I like EDM. And I haven't listened to EDM in a long time. And he was talking about how the CIA literally engineered house music to alter your brainwave and make you feel good. And he was talking about how some people say they don't like house music or EDM. And he was saying that what they're really trying to say is they don't like what feeling good makes them confront. And I said, ugh, ow, dude. Retrain the brain, reorient the nerves. Okay, take care of yourself. Give yourself a nice hug from your fire family. That's Cancer season. Spend time around those that you love. Take care of yourself. Trust your intuition. So when it comes to the moon, let's talk about the moon this week, guys, because we do have some action. We've got the moon starting in Sag. Basically tomorrow, the moon's going to go into Capricorn on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, basically like Thursday midday, for most of the Americans at least, that's when our full moon in Capricorn peaks, guys. And the full moon in Capricorn really is one of the most powerful full moons of the year because it's the full moon in the season of the moon, aka Cancer. So there's a lot that comes with this, and it really is going to be oriented specifically based on your rising sign because everybody has Cancer and Capricorn in certain houses. If you don't know much about your astrology, make sure you grab Simplified Astrology so you can get up to speed with this, okay? And do you guys want a breakdown for the full moon? I think we should make that too. The full moon in Capricorn is about releasing paradigms. It's about plucking out the dead roots. It's about pulling the weed completely out of the garden, guys. That means deep reflection. That means changing the worldview, wondering what would somebody like you have to believe about themselves in order to act the way that they do, in order to interact the way that they do. What do they believe about themselves? What do they believe about others? What do they believe about the world? And the question now becomes, are those beliefs supportive? And the next question I have, I'm interrogating today. The next question I have is there a better belief? Is there a different belief that you would rather have instead? Try it out. And keep in mind that beliefs really are deeply embedded assumptions that go without thought. So just like a habit, it may take a little bit of time for you to insert a new belief. It will take repetition. It will take action. It will take will. And you're going to have to be stubborn enough to be able to assert this reality into your life. Okay? And break out of whatever box that you're in. The full moon in Capricorn is also about releasing fears. Okay? And letting go of certain goals or callings or expectations that may have been outgrown, or maybe they are a reflection of a paradigm you don't want to live anymore. So that's something to think about. So in the middle of this week, when we hit Thursday, there's going to be a big release, guys. We've been building up pressure for the last 2 weeks, and it's going to be kind of intense these first couple days, but towards the weekend, guys, it's going to be smoother sailing, and then we're going to be, engaging in the waning moon and getting into more creative forms of releasing and making some space, okay? And this brings me to my next point, is that Mercury is in Leo all week, guys. And this video is brought to you by a Mercury Leo person. Mercury is the mind. This reflects our attitude, how we interact. And Leo is bold. Leo is confident. Leo is self-centered. You'll see communication is more direct and more personal with Mercury in the sign of Leo. And especially with Cancer Sun ruling Mercury Leo, you will see that it's easier to communicate your feelings. Or it may be kind of harder if you're just insecure or wanting approval from other people. The best thing you can do with Leo Mercury is just say it with your chest and say it with your soul and mean what you say and not backpedal what you're saying. Leo Mercury is creative, it's fun. And that's probably what we need more than anything right now, is to enjoy ourselves just a little bit. Let's talk about the pre-shadow for a second, guys. Mercury goes retrograde about 3 to 4 times every single year, okay? So have no fear. This is a natural reoccurring cycle. And while Mercury, the planet of technology and communication, gets a really, bad rap culturally for the retrogrades because we start seeing issues with communication and technology, we can't change the fact that Mercury is going to go retrograde. So our best interest is just to use this energy. To do what? To improve our own communication. Maybe to take care of our technology. It's important to understand Mercury is the perception, and it's our focus. It deals with our environment, how we maneuver within it. So Mercury retrograde has always struck me as an opportunity for revision. So within, so without, meaning the external world is a reflection of our mind. And if our environment is needlessly disorganized and cluttered and chaotic, our mind is also going to be needlessly disorganized, cluttered, and chaotic. Okay? So this is the time to start cleaning up, for you to get out the broom, get out the mop, get out the carpet cleaner, start throwing things away or donating things, deleting apps on your phone, deleting numbers from your phone, deleting pictures off your phone. You could even clean off the apps on your phone and your wallpaper on your computer and get really organized, guys, because a clear environment is a clear mind. So that's the beauty of this week, is taking time to really surround ourselves with life and surround ourselves with joy with this Mercury retrograde pre-shadow. Now we got Venus in Gemini, and let's talk about this one, guys. Venus in Gemini is a beautiful mind. You know, Venus is love and beauty. And then Mercury rules Gemini. And this is all about being playful and flirtatious and mentally stimulating yourself and other people. So you may be keeping it play. I don't know if you got hose on your phone or it's drier than a bone. Either way, stay curious, get excited, but don't get lost in the sauce of too many options, okay? Quality a lot of times is better than novelty. This is a great day to get your ideas out. Every day is with Venus and Gemini, all right? And it's not just what you say, guys, it's how you say it that makes a world of a difference when it comes to being received. And it's where you stand, where you look. Oh, yeah. So Venus in Gemini. Hope you can see the beauty in your life. And there's something really interesting about Venus being ruled by a Mercury Leo. I feel like this is prime time affirmation energy. So if you're not speaking love and life into yourself right now, you're missing out on this energy, guys. Tell yourself, you are so beautiful. And that's the part where you're like, I am so beautiful. You are so handsome. I am so handsome. You are so smart. I am so smart. You know what I'm saying? There is nobody like you. You are a one of one. You are a miracle. I am grateful you exist. The universe loves you. Ugh. You are a special person. You make a difference in this world. The world is lucky to receive you. You will put some respect on your name today. You will walk with your head held high today. You will get some exercise today. Someone said, oh, fuck no. No, yes, you will. Yes, you will. And you're going to feel good about it. You're going to smile and you're going to recognize it's not a chore. It's an act of self-love. Yes, you will. You will embrace discipline because you care about yourself. All right, guys, when the self-love is real, the self-sabotage stops. So let's talk about Mars and Virgo. Mars is the planet of action and energy. Virgo is also ruled by Mercury, the most detail-oriented, meticulous sign. You put these two things together, if you're still listening to me, guys, I'm going to just tell you, you know what the problem is. You know where you're fucking up. And I don't even want to say that, but I can't unsay it. I could edit it out of the video, but let me leave it in. It's the fucking dishes in your sink, dude. It's the cluttered-ass coffee table. It's the work you're neglecting. It's the thing that you need to do that you know what to do, fam. Put pressure on systems, not yourself. But these little things, fam, like do the little things. And once you get done with the little things, you're going to figure out the other things that need to be done. Okay? Mars in Virgo is analysis, this precision. This is about enjoying the work. Okay? And meaningful activities, guys. Busyness can be laziness. And that's a crazy thought. You can be so encumbered with activity that nothing gets done. So when it comes to Mars and Virgo, you need to set priorities and be simple, and then you're going to be a blessing for everybody you're involved with. Okay? Jupiter is in the sign of Cancer, guys. So the real blessings come from within by trusting your inner guidance. Saturn is in Aries for the next 2 years, 2 to 3 years. This is self-mastery. This is about you taking control of your own life. All right? And lifestyle by design, it's very personal, it's very independent. And I'm not here to really tell you what that should look like because, again, it's yours. But all I'm trying to say is wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, there you are. So the best thing you can do within your life is to cultivate, develop, and work on mastering yourself. Okay? And let me just say, guys, self-discipline without self-acceptance is just self-hatred in a costume. You may need to think about that for a second. So you doing this with the intention of compassion, not the ego, the soul. Listen to your own inner guidance when it comes to these ideas, guys. All right? training you to use your fire, to take control of your life. That's what Saturn wants you to do. And it's really easy to feel like with these energies that the world is against you or the world is just broken. And, you know, that can lead you to a deep cynicism and kind of feeling like, you know, isolated from the rest of the world, especially with Saturn conjunct to Neptune. So we have to really take the time to recognize that beyond all the external forces that condition and push themselves upon us, we really do create our own bullshit. Oh, but nobody here listening to this video, nobody listening to this does that, but somebody we might know might be doing that, you know? So, yeah, we can create our own joy too. So Uranus just switched into Gemini, guys, and Uranus takes about 84 years to spin the block around the sun. In other words, 7 years per sign. Uranus in Gemini brings revolution, guys, and it's about time. Personally, I think this is going to be really amazing because Uranus in Taurus the last 7 years has brought a lot of chaos to the world, and I think the chaos will continue on some level, but we're going to lighten up because we're in this season of air now. And I say season, it's 7 years. So truth is what people want more than anything. Guys, the further we go from the sun, the more collective and cultural we're going to be experiencing these planets, okay, based on their rate of motion. So Uranus really is about the global changes that are happening. Neptune is about the cultural dream that's being manifested. And Pluto is really about the powers that be in this world, okay? And the North Node is really about the direction. So I'm going to hit all these kind of like at the same time, just group them up so you don't really get lost in the sauce, okay? So Uranus in Gemini is the technological revolution, which we've already been seeing starting. So the next 7 years when it comes to AI and data and censorship and, you know, language model learning, it's going to be evolving and getting really interesting. You know, we're already living in a really brave world, but we're going to see truth setting us free time and time and time and time again, guys. So Neptune in the sign of Aries is basically saying that this culture is shifting towards singularity and prioritizing individual autonomy, and it's mystical warrior energy. And this world needs freedom. But at the same time, you know, freedom could be a form of escape. Neptune brings illusion, secrets, delusion at times, man. So sovereignty doesn't really mean running away from life. It means facing yourself. It means confronting yourself in the world, choosing truth. And then Pluto in Aquarius is about the evolution of humanity. Aquarius really is about the truth, okay? Science, technology, freedom. And this is the thing I started with the video saying, guys, is that the powers in this world are definitely trying to assert themselves on individual freedom. And it's unjust. It's tyrannical. It's not fucking fair. So you have to use your voice. You have to be vocal about injustice. And I don't care if this upsets you. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck ICE. Abolish ICE. This is tyranny. Nobody is illegal on stolen land. Countries do not exist. And I don't care about people saying, well, the Native Americans used to conquer each other. Bitch, it doesn't fucking matter. We know better, so we have to do better. Evolution is the only solution. The universe is always pushing for more life, for more joy, for more love, and for more order. So why the fuck are we rounding up people and putting them in internment camps in America? Did you guys know ICE, because of this big bullshit bill that Donald Trump passed, now ICE is more funded than most of the militaries in the world. It's like the 13th best funded military in the world. Does that make any fucking sense? This should piss you the fuck off, gang. I'm telling you that your tax dollars in America are going to basically brutalize, terrorize innocent people. And that money that you're paying in is basically being reallocated from healthcare, Medicaid, SNAP benefits, feeding this fucking country, and is being taken to terrorize innocent people. Absolutely not fair. Somebody needs to fucking do it, guys. And you know what I'm talking about. Somebody needs to do it. Somebody should have done it a long time ago, but somebody will do it. Somebody's gonna do it, fam. I'm telling you. Somebody's gonna do it. And it's only a matter of time, fam. It's gonna get better. Sometimes it gets uglier before it gets better, but it's gonna get better, man, because like despite what the media is going to show you. People can't fucking stand for this, man. Some people may be kind of indoctrinated by fear or ignorance or hatred. And it's unfortunate, guys, that you can like literally see these people either at work or on your comment section, social media. Sometimes it's your own family, unfortunately, but people can get so attached to hatred. And like I said at the beginning, it's not reasonable. So the more you try to reason with these people, you start feeling fucking upset and confused and maybe like you're crazy. Nah, fam, sometimes you just gotta be adamant and be like, no, fuck no. One last thing I want to tell you guys about is the tolerance paradox. I'm going to pull up the US Constitution while I end this video because I really got to remind you guys about what the fuck is going on. The thing about tolerance, you know, in America, we have freedom of speech, basically meaning that you should be able to express whatever you want, and that is an unalienable right. But here's the thing. If we really want to have a fair and balanced and peaceful world, we have to be intolerant to intolerance. So freedom of speech only goes so far to the point where it starts hurting other people. And while everybody is entitled to their voice, entitled to their opinion, this is where shame is useful, guys. This is the point of having shame. Guilt is going against your own guidelines and boundaries. Shame is going against somebody else's. So this is where we say shame Donald Trump, shame these, and fuck the left wing and the right wing. It's the same goddamn bird, guys. Shame those who are emotionally attached to ignorance and just spew their hatred in this world for no fucking reason other than to brutalize the innocent people. Like, and I know I'm getting turned up, guys. I started really happy and I'm still gonna have a great day, man. But like, bruh, this bullshit can really get at you, fam. And while I'm pushing for more love, I'm gonna tell you guys about duality too, fam. Hate has its place, you know, and maybe eventually we'll see our world become so ordered that there's almost really no need for it. But until then, gang, we have to weaponize our hatred towards the hatred. It makes no motherfucking sense. And you guys may have different ideas and leave them down below because I can learn from you guys too. But here's the thing, fam. For those that are really attached to the hatred, no amount of love is going to actually sell them on love. I'm not trying to basically encourage y'all to get like militant against your brothers and sisters because that's not the fucking point. But don't be tolerating intolerance. Sometimes you really have to pick your battles and then just be the change you want to see. Sometimes you can't show people the light. You just have to be the light and then just hope. Maybe one day they're going to want some themselves. But you can't make that choice for them. Okay, but anyway, let's talk about the Constitution for a second, man. Guys, this was made in 1776. America just celebrated, you know, the birthday of the Constitution a couple of days ago. And I did not celebrate the 4th of July because honestly, we are so far from where we started, fam. We're going through the same shit again. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, and provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish the Constitution for the United States of America. We hold these truths self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So why the fuck is Alligator Auschwitz in Florida rounding up Hispanic people just because they look different than Donald Trump? And I'm going to let you guys know, this is exactly why the Second Amendment of our Constitution is so fucking important, because our Constitution, it says, when our government becomes so oppressive that it starts to violate these God-given rights, we have the right to overthrow this government. And we will. We absolutely will. And that's the end of the fucking story. Fear is the key to oppression. This is tyranny. This is not acceptable. So let me just tell you guys, while this is a collective issue that we're all facing, just remember, you do not have to face it alone. We rise together. You have to take care of you, take care of your loved ones, and then we take care of this world, okay? Remember the order of operations, keep your priorities right, and we're gonna be fucking fine. This world will know peace eventually. In due time, it will. Every day, visualize world peace and create this through your actions and put that seed of inspiration in other people, guys, and we are going to be just fine. Trust this process and we're going to get there, okay? I've heard it said that good times will create weak people, and weak people will create bad times. Bad times will create strong people, and strong people will create good times. And this looks like a bad time, to be frank, caused by a bunch of weak people. So please be strong. When you give a strong person power, they do beautiful things with their power. And when you give a weak person power, aka Donald Trump, they do cruel, tyrannical things with their power. Self-righteous, hypocritical assholes have no place running our country. Any country. Having any authority whatsoever, guys. This is a school bully who turned fucking 90 and got money and power. And people are buying into his charisma rather than his actual conduct. At the same time, fam, you really got to realize this media is bought by the plutocracy. So the people are not fucking with this shit. But the media will make you believe. And some of these sheep that really are not awake at the wheel, they may say, woo, yay, America, yay, MAGA, yay, ICE. Man, fuck those people too. Fuck them too, man. Seriously. Uranus is trine Pluto. I waited the whole episode to tell you. Uranus trine Pluto. Get ready for this revolution. Shit will go down by the time Uranus makes the perfect trine. Let me tell you the time. It's going to fall down by September. By the end of September, you're going to see some real destruction in the government. And that's just how it has to be, guys. Mark my words, mark my name, Mars Day with Mark. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to this video. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. Be well.